Hello everyone, this is my game on Rocky River, I believe, versus Vertex. He's another streamer. I believe he streams in French, so if you understand French, go check him out. He releases some good stuff. Good player. It's still early in the season, so everyone's getting properly placed, but he's a high Conqueror 2, low Conqueror 3 player. Right now I'm sitting just at Conqueror 3, barely. And I'm playing Ayyubids versus the Japanese. And again, this is on Rocky River, I believe it is, or just check. Yeah, Rocky River, where there are four pawns. Otherwise, the map is quite open except for your two main tree lines. So similar to Abysid, they get the bonus of having the cheaper dock, so I go with my water build, and if you haven't seen that, you can go check out my previous video where I do a hybrid map build order for Abysid, and it's basically the same opening, right? You go 5 on wood to start with, then you rally the food, you build a house and then a dock. By the time your dock is done, the first 5 villagers will have dropped off 50 wood, which will give you the 75 wood that you need for your first fishing boat, and then you go up to 4 on food to sustain villager production, and then back to wood and gold. Okay, meanwhile, I'm of course getting all the sheep, and so we're just going to speed this up here because it is a little slow. What he's going for, I actually don't know this opening that well, so I can't really comment too much on what he's doing, but he's not going water right away. He's slowly going to that feudal, and I will be going there as well. Generally in these ponds, I like to go like maybe 5 fishing boats, 5 or 6 fishing boats, because there is 2,000 food here, so it's worth investing in those, even though they will eventually run out. And the advantage is that you can see here that what I'm doing is I'm going to go build a second dock in my second pond. So the reason I say my second pond is I've chose to split the map this way, so because I'm obviously this is the side of the map that I'm closer to as well. So these are going to be my 2 pawns probably, and these, if he decides to take them, will be his 2. And once I get that 5 or 6 boats in there, you can see I'm not making any more, and I go and take the second water. Okay. At the same time, I'm trying to push towards my age up, so I keep about 9 on wood, and then I'm slowly picking up gold, getting my House of Wisdom down so I can age up when I have the resources. Now, I see that he is aging up with the Koka Township, so this allows you to build the Japanese unique unit, the Shinobi, who have 3 different abilities. The first ability is Disguise, where they can disguise as one of your villager and go in and try to kill them without you noticing. They do a lot of damage. I think they 2 or maybe 3 hit a villager. The second one is Sabotage, so they do 200 damage to a building, and that building cannot produce anything for 30 seconds. And then they have a little blink ability as well that's about 3 or 4 inches on the screen. They are revealed by town centers, main TCs, and towers, so that is a way to counter them. And this is a very common opening for Japanese on water maps. So if you are playing against Japanese on water maps, do expect them to go the Koka Township. Okay, so I see this, I fully expect it, and so what I eventually do is here you can see I'm building a tower, right? Because the tower will protect against them, and it will reveal if they are disguised. The reason that I don't tower my initial fishing is if we have a look right at the ponds, right? There's 200 food gone there. There's 200 food gone there. So all in all, I've gotten about a quarter of this already. By the time he gets this up and Shinobi's out, I would have gone maybe to half. And so towering this is not super important. I can just tower this to secure this, and then have my units, any units that I produce, defend this stuff. Okay. So again, here I'm basically trying to rush towards the age up now. I'm still want to be heavy on wood because I still want to produce fishing boats, and I want to produce a bunch of production and houses and lumber counts and things. So I get a good amount of sheep, which is always nice as Ayyubids. And you can see here, if we slow it down, his first Shinobi is coming out, and he's going to he mistakenly targets this dock You know, with the sabotage. I don't know if you can't really tell if I'm building anything from it, but I'm not. You know, I do a short wall up here, and then you know, so he's destroying it. You know, but it doesn't matter too much because I'm not producing anything out of it, and all I'm focusing right now is getting up to feudal with the bazaar and getting out feudal units. I could have gone up with advancement to get to feudal faster, but I didn't feel like I was under too much pressure to do so because I'm already not producing anything in this stuff. I could produce like a galley or a dough, but I decided against that. I decided just to go invest in the Bedouin Swordsman because I didn't get villager tickets, so I went with Bedouin Swordsman. If I had the skirmishers, I would have gone with the skirmishers. But yeah, so I use them to fight a little bit, and meanwhile I'm still getting on water. You can see my food is out of control right now, so that's kind of good. And you can see like these Bedouin Swordsmen, they do a decent job, so I just want to get him to stop burning my dock so quickly. Eventually I want to bring a villager and you know, repair it. I see that you know he has quite a few shinobis, and they do yeah 21 plus 5 versus melee, so they are pretty strong as well when you're fighting low numbers to low numbers. So it does kill my dock. I do get my Desert Raider out and another pair of Bedouin Swordsmen. He tries to come over here, but he does see the tower. I do garrison, and he can't really do much. So that's where a tower really takes away the effectiveness of these units, and why I don't necessarily think, at least right now, that it's that great a landmark. And so I get one shinobi there, and I just want to poke them with my Desert Raider. Meanwhile, my opponent is getting on water. I do see this, obviously, and I'm slowly burning that down, but it's not super important. And from here, I'm just trying to get units out as much as I can, and you know, try to fight in feudal. You can see here I'm just rebuilding the dock. He's getting his second dock up. He's trying to go around, and I think I see this shinobi here. So I end up doing like a short wall here, so he can't get to my gold. Gold is the most important for me. And so with my units here, I just go harass his water. He does eventually get the junk out, but here you can see I do that short wall. He mistakenly also blinks under my TC, which makes him lose a unit, which is not great for him, but it is what it is. And then I, you know, slowly collapse on these units with the units that I have out. He gets a bunch of archers, which is the correct response if I go Desert Raiders. So then I believe I add in the stables at some point. I see that he has a bunch of archers, so I back off. I unfortunately lose both my Bedouin Swordsmen here, because his archers are very... Or, actually I only lose one of them, so that's good. I do want to build a tower here now, because he is getting a lot of units out. I did rebuild my dock. And then I add on, you know, stables, because I saw his... I add on 2 stables, because I saw that he has a lot of archers, so... he actually only has 1 range. But yeah, I don't know why he didn't shoot my boats here. I feel like that would have been valuable for him. But at this point, I'm feeling in a pretty good position because I can go castle. I have my 2 pawns secured. I still have map control, right? And by map control, I mean that he's not on my side of the map, and I'm kind of ahead because I went fishing first. And Japanese are just generally a slower build-up because, you know, he has to get the Daimyo Manor. I didn't know that he went to 2nd TC, but I feel like going castle now is good, and going 2nd TC is very punishable in the current meta right now. And you can see all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pull his army away from attacking my fishing, because I don't really want to have to invest in a boat just for, you know, this last pond here. So, you know, I just want to pull his army by distracting him with mine. But he's fairly safe, right? He's walled up. He's, you know, he's 2nd TC'd. So, yeah, and then from here it's just the slow build up. I did choose to go with reinforcements. Might have been a mistake. I maybe could have gone with logistics. And snagged up all the relics, but I'll save that for another video. But it is very powerful you get to be in a very good gold scenario. So he does start to attack my position here, which, you know, at this point I have no food in this pawn anyway, so it's not a big deal, but I do want to get any damage that I can. I garrison the horseman, I kill a shinobi, which is great. And then I hit castle, and then as soon as I hit castle, I want to start pumping armored units, so I get ghulams, I get some camel lancers, even though he doesn't have any horsemen, where camels do really well against. You have to remember that they are still knights. They are the Ayyubid version of a knight, and now he's panicking and rushing to build this because he knows that he has to build castle at this point. So instead, right from here is with my army. I actually killed his dock and food over here because he didn't build any ship to protect it. So I know that I got one full pawn and I'm getting my second pawn and he only has one. So resource-wise, I'm definitely ahead, even though he's on 2 TC at this point. Yeah, and then just want to pump from here. I start getting out some preemptive crossbow. Getting crossbow, even though he's in feudal, is still not bad because if he switches to a samurai composition, crossbows are just going to shred them. So not a bad idea to build preemptive crossbows here. And so here we have the lancers, right? They do 22 damage. They have a charge ability, similar to French knights. It works a bit differently. I'll let you read it there. But it basically does more damage the longer that they charge. And they have 210 HP, so pretty good unit. You know, ghulams have 195. Right, they do 10 damage, so they do double damage, have a little bit more HP than ghulams, and of course they're more mobile. So here I come in. I'm of course getting my iron undermesh, which is +1 ranged armor, because I know I need to dive these TCs, and I'm getting my veteran horse upgrade. So I just want to go in here, but I don't want to commit too hard, right? I want to make him idle a little bit, make him move his villagers around. Make him panic, maybe pick off a couple of villagers here and there, and then just wait. You know, I don't need to worry that he's hit castle. I just need to make sure that I get my upgrades in and get more units out than him, because I will eventually have more units than him, because you know he's spending resources to build villagers and on 2 TCs and I'm only on 1. Right? I also have had more food with the pawns, so I'm just in a much better situation. And basically once my upgrades come through, there's one, and then I decide that in a second here it's time to go. Okay. And so he actually, I don't know, it's crazy that instead of upgrading this TC that he just didn't, or this TC even, that he decided to go 3rd TC, but it is what it is. And again, I try to see what damage I can find. Right? I try to go in from the side here. I keep massing up units. Right, I want to switch more into infantry now, with some cav to support. And I basically attack from 2 different directions. And I feel like now I don't see much army. Now's the time to dive. He does a quick roll. And from here, he's garrisoned in 3 TCs, which is great for him. You know, he's not losing any villagers here, but he also has no food, right? You can see that he has no food because all his food is here. So I don't feel like I don't have anything to kill buildings. So that's where I pull out and just wait to build rams. And because he's been idle this whole time and he has no food, even though I lose a couple of units, I'm still in a much better position. And once I get this first ram up and start to push in, I believe that's when he calls it, because he just, again, he spent too much in eco, and I didn't. You can see I don't have any farms, right? I went out to the natural food on the map here, and here, and I had the fishing, and so I still had a lot of natural food, and of course he did not, and so he felt at this point that it was over. And that is my game against Vertex, who was playing the Japanese in an Ayyubid Japanese matchup on Rocky River, which is a hybrid map, which I feel Ayyubids are pretty strong on. So that's that game, and we'll see you in the next one.